Hello and welcome back to Loco Ludwix. Guys, today is going to be probably one of my most favorite videos to film, which are my 2024 favorites. Now, I, no way, shape, or form, am being paid to promote these products. This is genuinely my personal money that I've invested within this year and the things that I genuinely do love, and I want to be able to share it with you guys. But to jump right into it, we are going to have categories over the moon. We've got makeup, we have gym favorites, we have skincare, we have hair care. Now, 2024 was the start of my content journey. So the two things that I want to highlight are actually going to be phone cases. The first is going to be this Mophie phone case. Now, if you guys haven't heard of the Mophie phone case brand, let me put you on. This specific phone case is actually a built-in charger. So you charge your phone through the case, you can charge the case separately. But why I love it is because you'll basically put your phone in here, it's protective, it gets you on all different sides. But if you click this button on the back, you can see there, I have 2 bars left. It charges my phone for me. So if I have been vlogging in the parks, my battery dies very, very quickly. Now, my battery does not dip below 40% ever. The next one is going to be this Rode beauty case, and I did cave and actually buy this for myself as an early Christmas present. The patented design actually has her lip peptide that's in here, but I like the phone case. I like how it matches. It's very sleek. My only thing is it's very thick, if you can see that little bump that's right there. If you want it for the lip product, I think it's worth it. If you're looking for something super, super sleek, I'll give you this one. I honestly interchange between the two of these. So going off of the lip peptide, I'm gonna start getting into makeup. To start right off the bat, I want to talk about lashes. If you guys know my makeup routine, or if you've seen it on TikTok, I don't do the full lashes anymore. I didn't like the way that they looked on me, and I feel like they were also very damaging. So I wanted to find a way to actually bring out the outer corners of my eyes, and I've been able to achieve that with Kiss lashes. I love these Kiss ones, especially this, so if you want to screenshot it, by all means. And what I do, which you can probably tell, I actually will cut the lashes in half, and I love that because a full set like this honestly lasts me like a month or so, but I'll just put them right on the edge of my lashes, and it just kind of gives it that full glam type of look. I'm obsessed. I love them. This perfect way to start off makeup. The second thing is going to be something that's very highly requested, which is my blush routine. Now, I have been trying a lot of blushes, but there is one combo that is absolutely tried and true, and it is these two guys right here. The first one, which honestly is kind of the star of the show, is going to be this Patrick Ta Duo Blush. And if you don't believe me in just how much I've enjoyed it, that I am scraping the edges of the cream products in order to still use it, because I refuse to let her go, because this shade is actually sold out right now. So I will be holding on to this until the bloody end. Now, don't get me wrong. The powder is lovely. However, for what I like, because I like more of like a dewy finish versus matte, I love the cream side. It lasts longer for me. I see that it's a little bit more saturated, and I think it's a little bit easier to blend. And so what I do is I will always take the base of Patrick Ta, and I'll go ahead and put that all along my cheekbone. And then to top it off, I use this Rare Beauty Highlight Blush. This product changed the makeup game, at least for me. Why I love it so much is between this and this, when I mix these two together, it stays all day long. It'll stay through an 8-hour shift, 9-hour day, whatever, sweating at Disney World. This right here is the best blush combo known to man, and I want to put you guys onto it. Next thing I want to talk about is setting powder. I've tried the Hourglass one, I've tried the Sephora brand one, I've tried the Huda Beauty one, but there is one that is just a staple in my makeup routine, and you will never be able to replicate it, and it is Miss Charlotte Tilbury. I have gone through 3 of them this year. There is something about this mixture, there is something in this formula that gives you that beautiful airbrush look. It is magic in a mother trucking compact, and I truly don't think I could live without this. So this one is like cult favorite is an understatement. The next thing that also has to do with skin is this guy right here. Now, this is the Fenty Skin Tint, I think blurring tint. I love this stuff so much. In fact, I love it because it gives you that full coverage look without having like a heavy foundation. This is actually what I'm wearing right now, but this is just how full coverage this is. I also love it because it's not super greasy. It doesn't really weigh you down. And I want to say the most important part of this is it does not break me out. And ending our makeup category, I have these little Charlotte Tilbury mini palettes. I will tell you, these are not cheap. I think they're $40 to $50 per. I don't want to talk about the price point. I want to talk about the product. As you can see, I have 3 separate ones. And the reason for that is because that is literally how I achieved my everyday eye makeup, which is what I'm wearing right now. And I would not have been able to do my everyday makeup look without these 3 palettes. Now this one, which is a little bit more of a rosy pink look, is called Walk of No Shame. This one right here is called Pillow Talk Dreams, which is a little bit more of like a deeper neutral. And then this one right here, which is a little bit more cool brown, is called Exaggerize. Funny. Exaggerize, get it? Exaggerize. They are a dream to apply. I have had some trouble with eyeshadow blending where you're kind of sitting there and you're really working the product in. I truly did not have to work too hard to do my makeup every single morning. I only needed about maybe 3 brushes and maybe 10 minutes, 15 if I was trying to go a little crazy. But these 3 eyeshadow palettes truly had the best blend of the year for me, but also the pigment is just there. So now that we're gonna close out makeup, we are gonna move on to skincare. Now, if you guys didn't know, I have an extremely acne prone skin type. I've had it ever since I was younger. When I hit puberty, I just had breakouts like crazy. I had hormonal acne at the time that I wanna say maybe like 19 or 20. I do wanna do a separate video on my skincare journey, but I wanted to do 3 main products that absolutely changed the game for my skincare. So the first thing I will say is my hero brand of the year of my life is La Roche-Posay. I have been using them literally since I had my hormonal acne breakouts. They are the only skincare brand that truly healed my breakouts, and I love them. Literally every single product you touch is just magic, like potion in a bottle. However, there's one that is just gonna be for my acne girlies. Now this is their B5 serum. There is something about this concentrate that truly just heals your skin from the inside out. It's mainly hyaluronic acid, which you know for acne is a really big game changer. But the reason why I love this is I can use this consistently every single day, every single morning, every single night, and my skin can handle it. Because some of the hyaluronic acids out there on the market, they're very drying, you know, like your skin almost like tingles and it can't take it. This is one of those serums. It is not that case. In fact, I'm pretty much at the end of this bottle, so I do need to get another one. But this specific one markets towards aging skin. I have tried their acne prone one, which is a little bit more of a green bottle, but there's something about this blue bottle. I do not know what's in it. This product single-handedly truly helped heal all of my acne problems. Finishing off with skincare, I was very fortunate to be able to go across the pond. We went to Europe this summer, and I was able to go to one of the French pharmacies. I ended up trying out this Caudalie Vino Perfect Syrup. Now, with this specific serum, they have this in the States, so you can go to Sephora, you can buy it, but it's $80. And I remember looking at it and thinking, okay. And it turned out that when I was in Paris, they actually had this for, I think, 30 euros, which the conversion is like half as expensive here in America. And I was like, okay, it's a cult favorite for a reason. Let me try it out. I really wasn't expecting much. I hate to tell you that an $80 product is worth the hype. I hate to tell you that you need to spend this, but I think you need to spend this. There is something about this serum that just truly works wonders. This is all about brightening your skin, dark spots, tightening your skin. A lot of people have actually deemed this as liquid Botox, and as someone who does get Botox, I have to agree with them. The last thing for skincare, which actually doubles a little bit for makeup, is this concentrate. I did end up getting this when I was in Paris as well, and something about this concentrate. I will say this, when I first went into the French pharmacies, I did a lot of research on what exactly is like popular, what you should get overseas, what you shouldn't, This was on top of almost everyone's list, and I always wondered as to why. I will tell you why. Number one, she is a moisturizer, but she doubles as a primer, and I'm thinking, okay, I don't like to experiment with primers, and I do not like to experiment with moisturizers because, again, most of the time if I try and experiment, my skin will break out. This not only didn't break me out, but this has proved to be the best base of any single makeup routine I've ever had. In fact, when I posted this photo in Paris, there were a lot of people that were like, Facetune, Facetune, Face. I was not Facetuned. I quite literally used this. So when you combine this, and you combine this, I mean, like, it shouldn't be legal. Like, it's just that good. Now we are moving into hair care. As you guys saw in the beginning of my YouTube journey, I actually had blonde hair for a hot second. And by a hot second, it was like a year and a half, which is a long time for me. I've recently transitioned back to my natural hair, and the damage that I felt after I dyed my hair back was substantial, because just the level of bleach that my hair was taking for so long, I needed to find a shampoo and conditioner that was really gonna work for me. And my favorite of the entire year is the Amika brand. Now, I love them because this is actually all about like bond retainers. And so the green ones, these ones specifically, are all about like strengthening your hair. And usually with strengthening shampoo and conditioners, they're not as moisturizing. This proved to be the exact opposite. My hair is silky smooth. It is so much healthier now that I have no more bleach in it, but this truly is one of my favorite shampoo and conditioners I have ever used. I think I can attest to that, to number one, the softness of my hair, but number two, it doesn't leave a cast. I tried another shampoo this year that was like super highly rated, you needed to try it, but it left a film on my hair. And it feels as if you almost need to wash your hair again, but you're washing it with the same thing, so you're kind of like chasing, your tail. Because of this combo, I actually look forward to hair washing days, which if you know, you know. The next thing for hair care is going to be from the same brand, and it is their dry shampoo. And I know it's tiny, it's small. This is my travel size because I ran out of my bigger size because that's how much I love it. But I wanted to show you guys, this is their dry shampoo spray. And there is something about this dry shampoo that, number one, just does it for my hair, but number two, makes it smell amazing. My husband is the type where if I wear like a new perfume, unless I say something like, ooh, what do you think? He's not really gonna notice a difference. He notices whenever I put this in, he'll be like, your hair smells so good. And it's dry shampoo, so this combined with like a nice perfume is fantastic. But yes, this is the dry shampoo winner of the entire year. It is in my favorites for a reason, and I highly recommend you picking up a little one if you wanna try it out. But you'll love it, so you might as well just skip that part and go to the big one. Last thing for hair care is actually going to be a curler. This guy right here is actually the Beach 3-Wave curler. I'll go ahead and put the description down below, but I absolutely love this guy. I feel like this gave me all of those beachy waves that a lot of you guys were asking me for. It's very controlled, it's easy to use, which is nice. I like that you can go ahead and control the temperature down here, and so you can kind of just monitor like your heat level. But I really did like this. I did, however, have to pair it with a really good hair oil, just because when you first do it, at least for me, because of my hair length, it was like, so whenever I used it, I would put a little hair oil in there, maybe some mousse, call it a day, and I had really like the prettiest little beach waves. I would recommend you picking this up. I got mine off Amazon, so I know it's pretty easily accessible to you guys. Next few things are going to be for clothing. Now, I want to start off this haul with telling you guys how much I love aloe. In fact, everything that I have been transporting down here has been in my aloe bag. But in all seriousness, I do want to start off with this aloe hat. I actually have 3 of these guys. I have a baby pink one, which is similar to the color of my shirt, a white one, and a black one. I love all of my colors, but I want to talk about the hat itself. This is their aloe trucker hat, which I'm a little bit particular when it comes to hats. I feel like not all the time they sit on my head correctly, or like my tops of my ears poke out and I just don't like it. This is easily the best hat I have ever used in my entire life. It fits my head in all of the right places. I love the trucker mesh on the back. And I think the thing I like most about this specific hat, the aloe logo, is very hidden. They do have some where it's like a black one with the white logo. Me personally, I like it to be a little bit more monochromatic. So I love the black one. The white one I love as well, but the only thing is she does get dirty, because if I wear it on a makeup day, got a little situation going on in there. Continuing with fashion, one of my hero brands of the entire year was Ashley Snell's brand. Ashley Snell is a wag of, I believe, a basketball player? I could be doing that wrong. He's a famous athlete, but she created her own brand, which the best way I could describe it to you guys is if Skims and Aloe were made by women of color and a little bit more affordable, which we love that. Her whole thing is like loungewear, activewear, and when you walk into her store, it is all like monochromatic, it's all color coordinated, which gives you kind of that Aloe vibe when you walk into one of their stores. The difference with hers is, in my opinion, I think her fabric has better compression. So for example, I have a long jumpsuit from her and I have a short body kind of jumpsuit from her. The actual level of like compression that's in there, it's insane because your waist is really snatched. You just feel very comfortable in it. I really, really like how affordable it is as well. To give you an idea on that long jumpsuit we're talking about, if I was to get that at Aloe, it's close to $200, right? Right. If I'm getting it with her brand, I believe it's $90 to maybe $95. So again, it is a little bit more affordable, which we really love that. And I just like that I'm supporting like a local business sometimes more than a bigger corporation. Now, arguably, my most favorite part of this video is going to be books. If you guys didn't know, I am a huge book nerd. I have a library in my house, complete with the sliding ladder, but I've probably read close to 60 books this year. So with those accolades in mind, I give you guys my top reads of the year. The first one I'm gonna do is absolutely a no-brainer, but it is indeed Powerless. Now, I'm sure you saw, but this year I did actually go ahead and meet Lauren Roberts, but she is the cutest, loveliest little human, and Powerless was probably one of the best reads of the entire year for me. It is everything that you want. It is a slow burn. It is romance. It is fantasy. It is literally every single thing you would want in a book, and the characters, I mean, like, meeting Kai Asner, just he's my new favorite book boyfriend. But this was one of my favorite reads of the entire year. Her second book, we might be including in a different video, but this book was 110% one of my favorites, 5 stars all around, no questions asked. The next one is actually going to be a little duology, and it is the One Dark Window series. Now, this series changed something in my brain, partly because I actually read these when I was abroad in Europe, and it just has such a moody vibe. It is unlike any fantasy series I've ever read before. It is not about the guy getting the girl or a girl winning a competition or magical it is so much deeper than that. Basically, to give you guys like the elevator pitch, the entire kingdom has magic that has been outlawed for centuries, but they do go ahead and they harness energy through tarot cards. And every single family lineage is all based off of like nature and trees. And it's all about collecting all of these different tarot cards so they can lift this curse that is basically plaguing their land. Long story short, it's freaking fantastic. The writing style here is tight, meaning you're not reading a bunch of filler words, you're not reading a whole bunch of filler chapters where it's nice to read, but it doesn't have any real significance to the story. This is tight writing. This is probably one of the best series that I picked up this year, if not the best. Next one I am so excited for because I would not have picked this up if it wasn't for one of my dear friends, Haley. I'm gonna go ahead and tag her in the description below, but her and I are in a book club. In the beginning of this year, we actually went on a little bit of a thriller journey. The Housemaid is 110% one of the best books I've ever written. I can't stress it enough. This specific author, Frida McFadden, I am sucked into her writing because her as an author, she's all about twists and turns and thrillers, and she is just, it's hard to put her writing into words, but it's so insanely good. And the best part about it is they actually have a movie that's coming out and they just announced the casting. Words cannot describe how excited I am to watch this movie because this book is it's so dang good. This could have been 1,000 stars out of 5. Like it just, she's that girl. She is that girl. Next thing is going to be another series, which this is actually going to be a little bit of a spicier series. Twisted Love was one of the books that I started reading in the beginning of the year. I didn't think much of it. I was like, this is going to be cute. I'm hooked. Again, this specific author, it's like a multiverse series. Right now, I'm on the second part of her multiverse series, and it is just so good. Reader discretion is advised. It is on the spicier side. It definitely is meant for 18 and up, but it is a very good book because not only does it have fantastic spice in it, but it actually has a plot. Because some of these books that you read that just have spice have no plot, no rhyme or reason. This has it all. So I would 110% recommend this one. And if you were gonna ask me my favorite book of the series, it would be the third one, read it and come back and tell me how you are as a human being. I'm waiting. Next is also going to be a spicy series, and it is the Zodiac Academy series. I have thoughts on this, and I'm going to tell you why. This series was one of my favorite worlds that I have been able to experience. It kind of is giving sexy Harry Potter boarding school, but with elements of magic, right? So I love it. The only thing is you have to get past the writing. It's actually two separate authors that are doing it cohesively, which sometimes that does get lost in the shuffle. I like to call this classic YA writing, which stands for young adult. Is not the tightest of writing. There is a lot of filler that's in a lot of these books, and I do think that the series went on a little bit too long, but the only reason as to why I'm actually putting this in my favorites and not my dislikes, I love the world. I absolutely loved all of the characters. I love the twists and turns. I love the character building. I love the redemption arcs. One of my favorite book boyfriends, Darius Ekrux, is in here. This is one of those multiverse series where if you're obsessed with like the 9 books that this one has, there are like 5 other books that you can get, which I have not dove into that quite yet. However, it is on my list. It's on my TBR. And the last one that we're going to finish off with is technically a release from last year, but I wanted to include it in this year because the second one came out this year and the third one's coming out, I believe, beginning of next year, is Fourth Wing. Here's the thing. Everyone and their mother was talking about this book. And it's one of those things where when you're on social media and you hear people hyping up a very specific book, like all the time, you're almost destined to be let down because it's like, is this hype worth it? Is it not as good? This changed me as a person. I love Fourth Wing. I think that this is the absolute best possible book to get someone started into fantasy because with Fourth Wing, it's not as world building because some of these other books like the fantasy series, like let's use Crescent City as an example by Sarah J. Maas. Reading her books are fantastic. However, you are building this world and basically you kind of have to use your imagination and very creative, and you're learning all of these new names, you're learning all of these new continents and countries and even their government system. This didn't necessarily do that. It really kind of threw you right into the middle of the action. So whenever someone is saying, I'm thinking about starting fantasy, I will always recommend Fourth Wing to them, and then I'll recommend ACOTAR by Sarah J. Maas. The only reason I'm not putting that in here is because I read that before it became cool. But it's an honorable mention, even though I read it like 4 years ago. Now, the last 3 things are going to be wellness. So I have been on quite the gym journey since I started in 2023. I have really committed myself to having like a really, really phenomenal schedule. But some of the things that helped me on my gym journey, number 1, are going to be this guy right here. This is my 3rd bottle of this. This is my favorite pre-workout known to man. I absolutely love it because number 1, it tastes fantastic. It has a pink lemonade taste to it, and I just love it because it gives you the energy for the gym, but it doesn't make you crash out afterwards. I've tried different gym pre-workouts where they made you feel like very itchy and you kind of had like a little bit of sense of like manicness. That I don't like because for me personally, that doesn't help my anxiety. And so this was my perfect potion. It gave me just enough energy for the gym. It tasted amazing. And honestly, I loved it so much because it did help me with a lot of like weight management and weight fluctuation because it doesn't have sugar. And for someone that has a little bit more of a glucose tolerance, this was perfect. I would recommend you picking this up. I usually will get mine from Amazon, or I can get it at Walmart or Target. Next thing is going to be a water bottle. I actually got this specific water bottle when I was in Scotland. They had an Urban Outfitters out there, and I wasn't able to bring my water bottle from home with me. This has quickly turned into my gym water bottle because whenever I'm in spin class, there's the little section where like you got your bike and you can have like your towel, your water bottle, your phone. It fits perfectly in there. And a lot of people are funny. They're like, why do you call it a wallet, or why is it called that? Because apparently when you drink from it, if you're looking face, you look like a koala. Here, compare. Do I look like a marsupial? Okay, I have two more things for wellness, and one happens to be on my hand right here. I ended up getting an Oura ring in the middle of 2024, and when I first got it, I was getting it for a few reasons. In the middle of this year, I did end up getting off of hormonal birth control, which was a journey and a half, but I wanted to find something that was gonna allow me to track my cycle naturally and was gonna make it a little bit more dummy-proof versus taking your temperature every single day. Some of the things that made this stand out for me. Number one, I do not have to track calories with it. I love that it allows me to change my activity into walking mode or how many steps taken. And so I have a specific goal to be active, but I don't have to see the word calorie. I don't have to think about input in, input out. So that was a big thing. The second thing that was huge for me is when it came to actually tracking my hormonal cycle. This right here will be able to tell me everything. It tells me what part of my cycle that I'm in, whether I'm in the follicular, whether I'm in ovulation, if I'm in luteal. And that helps with me where if I'm feeling a little bit down or I'm feeling a little bit bloated, I'm like, nah, oh my gosh, I'm in my luteal phase, no wonder. And that just helps me as a woman understand my body even more, which that has been probably one of my biggest blessings of this ring. Now, I wouldn't be true to myself if I did not talk about expensive stuff. The one brand that I really want to shout out this year is actually going to be jewelry based, and it is Ring Concierge. Now, I'm sure you've noticed I wear the same jewelry every day. I really don't change up my jewelry too much just because when I find a piece that I love, I stick with it. But this year was the year of bling for me. This is the stack that I currently have going on right now. In fact, I ended up upgrading my diamond this year, and I have pieces over here as well. All of this is from Ring Concierge, and the thing I love most about them is their prices are extremely affordable for the quality that you're getting. And guys, that's the end of it. Oh my God, this was a journey. If you saw my floor right now, you'd be like, what? I hope that you guys like this favorites video. I absolutely love filming these types of videos because I just get to talk about the products that I love. And as I already mentioned, I don't technically get anything out of this. I don't get any sponsorships. I don't get any money, nothing like that. However, if you are any of these brands, by all means, send me your products because I love you. But I truly do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys are wanting my biggest letdowns or my disappointments of 2024. Believe me when I tell you, there's a few products that I would have on there that would absolutely shock you. But I do hope you guys are having the best day wherever you are watching this. You guys know the drill. Be kind to yourself and stay loco. Bye!